Art is an illusion. We transfer a 3D world onto a flat 2D surface, then trick the brain into believing it's still 3D. Today we're doing 2 lessons in one: how to create the illusion of transparency and how to glaze without turning your pictures into a hot mess. The first thing I'm going to show you how to do is to properly glaze. This is going to be important for the rest of the time you're doing art. This is what's going to give you richness of color, blending, and it's really not that difficult. When you were a kid, did you ever take something and then scratch over it with a pencil? There you go. I put a silicone thing underneath, but you get what I'm talking about. You're going to take your pencil, you're going to hold it from the back, and you're going to put it at a 30-degree angle. And what you want to do is scratch the surface very, very lightly. If you go up at all, you're going to get lines. But what you want to do is kind of hit the side of the pencil and go very, very lightly. Sometimes when you're doing this, you barely get any pencil on the paper. You're just grabbing the top of the tooth. And that's really all there is to glazing. It's not a hard thing, but you don't want to hold your pencil here. You want to hold your pencil as far back as you can, and that will give you the proper pressure, and just let it swing over. So there, you know how to glaze. Let's move on to some more things. The illusion of transparency is all in finding that area that overlap with each other and make sure you could see both objects. So I want to make it so that this orange goes over this red, but I want to be able to see through it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my dahlia, because that's the color that I used for here. I'm going to do a light layer, not much, and I'm going to get that first layer. I'm using cross hatching, not being overly neat. I have a couple of wayward lines in here. It's okay, it'll go away once you start to blend. Sometimes wayward lines give an object texture. Don't freak out when you get them or try to erase them. You'll do more damage to your paper that won't make the erasing worth it. Okay, so now I have a layer down and do some magenta over it. I'm turning it closer to this color, but a little bit darker. The dahlia was what I used for my darkened areas. So I do want it to be a little bit darker. The idea behind this illusion is you want to make the intersected area darker than the two areas that are coming together. Because technically you have two objects that are on top of each other, they're going to be darker. And again, I'm not going for total smoothness. I'm using a light pressure. The next 3 colors I'm going to use are yellow to orange, canary yellow, and orange. I'm going to add in a very light layer of all 3. And when I mean light, I meant very light. Then I'm going to push it down. And I'm going to use a tiny bit of mineral spirits that I've dipped in the mineral spirits and then brushed off my brush. So this is really, really light. And I'm going to push it down. All 3 of those colors. And you can really see. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my orange and I'm going to go off into the red. And I'm making sort of like a reflective shadow that you could barely see. Just getting this color onto the red so it looks like it's projecting the color onto the red. Well, in this case, magenta. And there you have it. You have the illusion of translucent. Now we're going to look at 2 other examples. And here is the butterfly. It's your intersected areas, and I drew going around your intersected areas. Actually, this came out wrong. It should actually be completely like that. And these are your intersected areas where this wing is overshadowed by this wing. So you would do your wing, and then the colors darker in here. The one picture that I want to show you that I worked on briefly that this is perfect for is a veil. You're doing a bride. Now I did all the areas in maybe 1 or 2 layers, the hair. Where I left was the folds of the veil. I've actually changed my mind about her, only because there are so many things that I want to tell you about her. It wouldn't fit into this video, and I know this video might be a little bit short, That video would be really long because I really wanted to get into the top layers on doing a veil and the white work, and she's got some lace. I wanted to do the veil over the background because it does change. So this is just an example of what you're going to use translucency and glazing. I hope you enjoyed these lessons. Remember, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments section. I answer all questions. Or go into the Facebook group. You could post your pictures there, and I would be more than happy to look at them, give you some one-on-one help. I put all the peach sketches into the Facebook group, so you can go there and pick and choose whatever you want. They're all free. And I will see you in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.